Hello and welcome to Unscrewed TV, New Zealand's most passionate internet wine show, Roussanne 2010 from Mahurangi. I don't know whether the picture may not come up there properly. This is some artwork from a winery up in Matakana, 40 minutes north of Auckland if you're ever in this part of town. Kind of overlooks the Matakana Valley. It's owned by Shelley Trotter and Gary Heaven from memory, and I'll tell you a bit more about the grape variety. Roussanne, not widely planted down here in New Zealand, but is planted in Australia and a lot of the other, like California and then the old world of France and Spain, but mainly it's grown in the Rhone Valley. Now this is one of the only 6 white varieties allowed in Chateauneuf-du-Pape, and it's often blended with Marsanne, so you get the kind of Marsanne, Roussanne, sometimes a bit of Viognier in there as well. It can be put with a bit of Syrah, Grenache. It's a really textural wine. You'll see there it's a bit more kind of lemon, light straw colour. It looks like, initially straight in the glass, it looks like it's got a bit more body than kind of the traditional Marlborough Sauvignon. On the nose you get kind of crushed almonds, bit of grapefruit, bit of lemon, bit of kind of dried thyme and rosemary. It's one of the more interesting, certainly for me, interesting white varieties. You get that grapefruit grip in your mouth. Gets a bit kind of chewy, and then you get that kind of real citrus. Then you start to now get the almond milk character in my mouth. Then it goes a bit savoury, it's getting a bit kind of that herby character that I talked about on the nose. This is, for me, it's, if you're bored of Sauvignon Blanc and you don't want to go into Riesling because you've got horrific nightmares of the 1980s, which I've got to say that you don't have to worry about. You can go out and buy a Riesling safely now. But this wine is one of the wines that sits in between. Now, strangely, you won't find many vineyards in New Zealand growing it, so this is one of the few. Its alcohol is kind of like 14%. You don't notice any heat. There's nothing going to burn your mouth. The acid is nice and smooth, so you don't get that kind of rip-roaring, almost Sauvignon, fake acid kind of ripping your intestines out. You don't need to take any E's and antacids. And I've got to say, this will go really well with some kind of really nice dried, cured meats. Hat tip to these guys for doing something different. All their wines are estate grown, made on the estate. Got to say, they're doing a pretty good job with this.